Have you ever wondered how the first few months of retirement feel? Or how does a retired person spend their day? Another thought might be, how do they create a new routine? Well, I'm Teresa, and my channel helps single, mature women embrace retirement. Having the time to do what you want when you want is possible for you. And in this video, I'm going to answer those questions for you, just sharing my experiences as a new retiree, and what the last, I'd say, 75 days have been. I actually stopped working the month of June, even though I didn't officially retire until July. So I've been off for about 2.5 months now. And I just wanted to share what that's been like for me. In my previous job, I managed a help desk. So the job was very busy, very stressful, very rewarding, but definitely my days were full of projects, they were filled with meetings, just always interacting with my teams. There was always something to do. So when I found myself in a space where my days were completely open, really left to me to fill them with things that I wanted to do, it was a very interesting feeling, very interesting set of emotions. But I've come out on the other side so far and I'm embracing it and I'm loving every minute of it. So, for those of you that worked with me and you may be wondering, like, how is she doing? Is she okay? I want to let you know that I am totally okay. I'm extremely happy, filled with joy and gratitude every day, just giving thanks for being given this gift of time and the ability to do what I want to do. So I wanted to put that out there. I did want to start though with what did I do my first month and a half off? And surprisingly, I was a lot more tired than I thought, a lot more stressed than I thought. So I rested a lot. I slept a lot. I found myself taking naps. I had not used an alarm for the last couple years based on living pretty close to my job. So even though I had to go into the office every day, I lived pretty close, so I did not have to set an alarm, so that was not a big thing for me, but I did find that I was really kinda tired, so I listened to my body and gave my body what it needed, and if that meant, waking up at 7 o'clock, I've always been an early riser, so for me, I would typically wake up at 5:30 or 6. I found that if I wanted to sleep in until 7, I let my body do that. If I then wanted to kinda ease into my day and not get moving until 7:30, 7:45, I did that, and at times, I even found myself needing to take a nap around 3 o'clock, and I was like, "What in the world?" Because 'Cause I've never been a nap person, but I did. I would go lie down, and it might end up being an hour or 2 nap. So I really just kinda gave my body, the rest that it needed. And to be quite honest with you, I was surprised at probably the level of stress that I was operating under that I had just gotten so used to that my body was probably on autopilot. So I didn't really think about it until I stopped working. So after that, I would say I said to myself, what is it that you want to do? What is it that you enjoy doing? What things bring peace to your life? Because for me, peace is a really big thing. So I didn't want to do anything that was going to cause a lot of stress. I did not want to accept any commitments, even though I've started this YouTube channel and it is a commitment, but it's a different kind of commitment because it's something that I want to do. And I'm doing it for me. And I'm also doing it to share just my experiences with other people. So it doesn't feel like a heavy lift commitment. I did agree to work with a young lady who owns a candle company. Hey, Asia, the No Label Candle Company. And but other than that, I have a few projects around the house, but I'm not doing any heavy lifting commitments to um, anything, probably for the next year or so. Who knows? It might even go longer than that. Just depends on how I'm feeling. So having to become comfortable with not having a jam-packed, work schedule was probably one of my maybe the second adjustment, and what I decided to do for me was to create some sort of routine because I realized I'm the type of person I like to have some sort of structure in my life. So I needed to put in place a little routine, not where I'm filling up 8 hours of my day with stuff. My set routine typically involves about 4 hours a day, and it's centered around starting my day with meditation, journaling, some sort of um, workout. I usually try to work out an hour to 90 minutes a day, 5 to 6 times a week. I find for me that doing the workout allows me to clear my mind, and that can be a combination of cardio and strength training, but I do find that it's become part of my lifestyle just to kind of clear my head. Even when I was working, I would, walk the building or walk outside just to kind of take breaks and clear my mind. So that really works for me. The other part of my routine is I'm big on meal planning. I use the E2M fitness program, and it involves intermittent fasting, meal planning, workouts, things like that. So I do plan my meals, and I'll typically set my intention for the day. And then I kind of leave the afternoon for doing tasks around the house, running errands. It varies from day to day, but typically, I don't know, a couple hours each afternoon, I'm doing something like that. And then after that, after 2 or 3 hours, I just kinda do whatever comes to mind, so which is so different from me, because I've always had, "You gotta do these 10 things every day," so now it's kinda morphed into, you really only need to do, a couple things a day. If it looks like I'm gonna hang some pictures, or I'm gonna put batteries in the smoke detector, or I'm gonna go to the grocery store and pick up a few things. So it's really been a nice, refreshing change, and I can feel the lightness in myself um, since I've adopted this new routine. And also, I try to plug in some sort of social activities where I'm seeing friends or former coworkers. It might be go out with them for lunch, or I don't know, have a phone call with them, but something just to have that human connection, and that actually works well for me also. So, as far as routine, again, I'm not overcommitting myself, really just looking at, how do you want your days to flow? Do you want them to be easy? Do you want them to be complicated? Do you want them to be peaceful or chaotic? And the answer for me is always I want my days to be as peaceful, as possible. So I try to avoid chaos when I can. Um, but again, so being away from the job, from the workplace for the last 2 months has really allowed me to rediscover who is Teresa. I see you'll hear me say that a lot, but it's really important because I think over time, when you're working and when you have so much responsibility, you kind of lose track who you are unless you're very intentional about keeping a piece of yourself. And I found when I look back, I really wasn't intentional. I just hadn't really thought about doing that. So I'm discovering what do I enjoy and what's enough for me? Like, what do I consider enough? Enough being how much sleep do I need? How much food do I need? Um, I don't know. How much water do I need? How much money do I even need? How much is enough to run my life? And since I've started doing that, I just feel like I'm so much more happy. So hopefully, I've answered your questions to let you know the first couple months of retirement feels fantastic. So if any of my coworkers are watching this video, and if you're close to retirement, or even if you're, I don't know, 5, 6 years out, just know that it is a good thing. You do not have to work your life away. if you decide to whenever you decide to retire, there's so much to do if you just allow yourself to daydream and think about what things do I enjoy. I think you would enjoy it. And then how did I create my retirement routine? I built my routine around what are the things that I enjoy and also what are my goals. For me, mental and physical health are priority. So I know I have to do those things first thing in the morning to ensure that they get done. And then lastly, how does a retired person spend their day? And in my case, I spend my day doing the things that I want to do, the things that I enjoy, the things that help me reach my goals, and the things that allow me to still keep in touch with people that I love and care for. So I'm going to end this video and just say thank you for watching. If you if this video brought up something for you, please drop a question or a comment in the comment section. Trying to get better at looking at the comments. Again, still developing a routine around this YouTube channel because this is something that's completely new and exciting for me. I'm learning a lot. I'm developing the systems for managing the channel. So I will get to the comments. I read them all and I will respond. So please leave something in the comments. Again, don't forget to subscribe to my channel, and thank you so much for watching. Have a great day.